Hello, good people. Thanks for joining me again. My name is Ann, and on my channel, I review foreign shows. You know what I usually say, right? We travel around the world sitting on our couches. How fun is that? You never know which country we're gonna end up. Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Ann, and on my channel, I review foreign international content. Today I'm back because you know what? If it's Saturday, it must be nevertheless. And today I'm back to review episode 9. And to my Korean friends joining us, thank you so much. 안녕, 안녕하세요. Anyway, let's get to it. So in episode 9, it's almost like, yay, Nambi. It sounds like she's starting to grow in the way of, I guess, having a strong will when it comes to Jae-un. However, it's almost like Jae-un, who clearly likes her, like messes it up at the same time. And I have to start off by saying, by the way, I feel like I'm a little frustrated with the producers, the directors of this show, because I feel at this point, you need to start giving us more information about Jae-un, because there's a reason why he acts like this. Like, start to give us an understanding or drop some things so we know why he has issues with relationships. I think it's we've all pretty much identified that he looks like he's the kind of person who has commitment issues. And there's actually a section where he says, I think it was in the ending of last episode or beginning of this episode, where he goes into the way Nambi makes me feel. It's almost like I have never felt. So we're getting the feeling that maybe Jae-un has never fallen in love. And this feeling, it's almost like it scares him. And that makes sense, I think, for most of us. If you've been in love, that feeling is a little scary because it's like, wow, why is my heart responding that way? That being said, it says that he also has not maybe real dated. Maybe he has a lot of friends, girl friends, but really has never been serious like he is with Nambi. On the other hand, when they first got together, they went straight to bed. So that will also mess up your head. That's why I think it makes sense to get to know someone first before you go all the way in. Because I hate to say it, but when you sleep with someone, it's almost like you're giving a piece of yourself to them, and that's why it's intense. So between all that, and he sounds like he has commitment issues. We got a little bit of it when he talked with his mom, and it's almost sounds like maybe his mom is never around. So maybe we get the feeling it could be because people, or maybe people he loves, are not around them. Maybe he's scared of getting hurt. So maybe it's why he has these commitment issues. But like I'm saying, it's in episode 9. At this point, writers, producers, directors should have given us more about why Jae-un is acting this way. And clearly, it's created these issues. And I was just happy that when, in this section here, he insists to come with Nambi to her house to pick up his stuff. But previously, if you remember, Do-hyuk was coming to meet Nambi and sees them. And at first, Nambi was like, no, you wait outside. I'm going to get your stuff and bring them in. And Jae-un sees Do-hyuk up there. And then he insists coming in so that Do-hyuk can see, like, oh, you think you want her? Me and her are more together. And obviously, that's more disturbing. And then, obviously, he's in here. He gets his stuff. He goes to try for a kiss. And I was just like, wow. Nambi was like, nope, let's not do that. We don't want to keep repeating the same mistake. And I was like, okay, our girl's growing. Our girl's like, no, I need to stop this madness, right? Because you're not, and like we saw, she was like, you're not being sincere with your feelings and you have a girlfriend, which, by the way, it was interesting that they showed us the girl who's supposed to be his girlfriend, and apparently, obviously, she was more into him than he was into her. And so she's leaving, and what was strange was she gives him a hug to say goodbye, and Do-hyuk happens to be in the same restaurant they were in and sees it. So now, in Do-hyuk's mind, he's a player. He's not being sincere with Nambi. And I love that when he met with Nambi, he did say to Nambi, how serious do you know that Jae-un is with you? Which was a good question. You can tell even Nambi was like, I can't answer that. And that's a problem, isn't it? So, but I'm feeling like Do-hyuk is like, well, I know he's not serious. So in that reason, I'm gonna go all in, which as he should. I love that he knows what he wants and he's going for it. Now, Jae-un, if this is gonna get somewhere, he's gonna have to start being, open your mouth, put your heart out there. Because I feel like as soon as he's sincere with her, she'll melt and just go straight to him, right? Don't you know that? Like, I feel like Jae-un doesn't know how easy it is for him to get into her heart. Like, as soon as he opens his mouth and be sincere, this is how I really feel about you, I feel like she immediately melt. So anyway, at the end there, we saw, they have that big, huge fight, blowout. And I was just like, I felt like, oh, he's walking back to her house. So that means finally he's gonna be sincere and honest with his feelings to Nambi. And what does he do? He chose to pick a fight with him and then tells her, oh, and by the way, Do-hyuk saw me coming into your apartment, so he already knows the kind of girl you are. So if you're worried that you're gonna disappoint him, he's already disappointed. Like, what? That is how you win the girl over, is by picking a fight? Anyway, but we also saw in episode 9, although she's like, I don't want to ever see you again, that relationship means nothing, he's being Jae-un. It seems like he's back, being relentless at always being in her face. So I guess we'll keep watching and see if Nambi is gonna continue to be strong, or if she's gonna choose Do-hyuk and just go with the person who's being sincere, or is Jae-un finally going to be honest with his feelings and let Nambi know. And at the end, obviously, it's gonna have to be Nambi's choice with who she picks. But I'm hoping by next episode, we need to start getting more about Jae-un and why he acts like this. Otherwise, this show is getting exhaustive. Like, we can't keep doing this over and over. You're exhausting us. Come on, give us more. Give us more. I want more. So let's move on to Kyujun and Min-young. Oh, how cute are they? So we got an update on them, and I just love how their relationship is growing. Obviously here she had good news and she was so excited, she hugs him, and then she's like, oh, but it's so cute that I love that their relationship is growing, and it's almost like she's starting to notice him more. I mean, we know that he has a thing for her, but how cute is that? And then how cute is Sol and Won? I love that Won was so worried that if she chooses to love Sol, that if they end up breaking up, that means she would lose a friend in Sol, and she wasn't willing to take that risk. So I'm so glad that she was mature enough. I mean, even Won is being mature about the relationship. She talked to Sol about it. Like, the reason why I have reservations is because I'm worried if we become a couple and then we end up breaking up, I'm gonna lose your friendship. You're not gonna be my friend. And it was so touching that Sol was like, nope, you always have a friend in me forever. Even if when we're not together, I will always love you. So that was really, really sweet. I felt like they kind of reconciled that way. So that was really cool to watch. It feels like everybody else's relationship is going pretty well, except Nambi and Jae-un, right? And finally, oh, our girl finally grew up, right? I was just like, oh, she was trying to make him jealous and he wasn't, didn't even care. So she realizes I'm gonna have to be honest in the fact that I wanna date you, I like you, and we need to be together. And thank God that Nam Kyujun was still liked her and could accept her, because I was worried, like, what if once she realizes that she likes him and is being honest, he may be like, no, I don't want to do this. But how cool was that? Like, I was so happy for them. And I'm glad that she finally saw the light. Like, look, other girls want him, right? Remember, other girls were like, ooh, have you seen that guy? Was it in a cyber cafe or something? And they were all like losing their minds. And she's like, oh, the girls want my man. No, not on my watch. So that was really, really cool. In conclusion, I mean, I would say, obviously, like I said, you know, something's gonna have to change with Jae-un. It just reminded me, remember the part where, at this section where he's asking her, you know, how are you doing? You know, what's going on? And she's like, nothing, I'm fine. And then when Do-hyuk calls her, she goes on about, oh, I just had a rough day. I got a really tough critique at work. And, at school from the teacher, and, you know, kind of like she shares his heart, you know, her heart with him, and Jae-un overheard. So it's almost like, oh, so you can share your personal feelings with him, but you can't with me. So obviously he knows that's a red flag. And obviously Nambi has always said she's comfortable with Do-hyuk, and for that reason she's able to open up herself. So here's to hoping maybe next episode Jae-un will open up his heart so we can try to understand where he's coming from clearly, because there's something going there. And here's to hoping that maybe he's sincere with Nambi, and then it'll be interesting to see if he does become sincere. And obviously we have Do-hyuk. Who is Nambi going to choose in the end? So that will be interesting to see. Anyway, once again, thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please do give me a like, subscribe. It does support my channel. And I'll see you again next week, because if it's Saturday, it's nevertheless. Deuces.